Let's see what people are saying in chat. I think you built a farm over the southern clay source, or did that clay force just have low efficiency? I'm fairly certain that there is low efficiency here, but I could be wrong. Let me just double check. Minerals. Yeah, it's only the coal and the gems that we're going to have high efficiency on. Oh, actually, no, the stone as well, by the looks of it. Possibly. Can't quite tell. It looks like coal and gems are the ones that we've got high efficiency on. I'm not sure if the stone is also something that we have good efficiency on. Is there a way of seeing that? I'm not sure if there is, unfortunately. But if we have a look at, for example, the coal over here, we can see that this coal deposit has a 65 deposit, whereas the clay, if we go down here and have a look at the clay, this clay only has a 32 deposit. And even though it's a decent size, it's just the amount of effort that would be involved in mining that for the amount we would get back from it is really not worth it. It's 33 on the stone as well, which is why we've largely just moved over to importing stone instead. But the coal, we should probably mine. That's a decent return. And yeah, the ore is garbage too. Gems are probably okay though, if we have a look at the gems. Yeah, we've got a gem deposit at 60, so we're going to be able to do some good gem mining and coal mining here. But other than that, the other minerals are going to be largely more effort than they're worth for us to mine ourselves. Lord Decay, is he the Duke of Death or the Baron of Blight? The Baron of Blight. What a wonderful title. I like it. I like it a lot. Go Smoke, thank you very much for the 64 months of support, mate. Diolch yn fawr iawn. And Kaiju Wrangler for continuing your gift sub. Thank you. Yeah, I think we're definitely going to want to increase the fertility down here. Right now, I'm pretty happy with where the farms are. We can change this out a little bit. Oh, but one thing in particular that we can do. Let's see. Cinematic mode. No. Mini panels. Mini map. Where is it? I don't want to do cinematic. Super screenshot. Screenshot. Overlays. No. Is there something up here? Buildings, employment, happiness, animals. I swear that there was a button somewhere. There was a button somewhere that allowed me... I found it earlier. There is a button that allows you to add in notes on the map. Oh, there. I'm being dumb. Right here, I think. Sets a hotspot that can easily be navigated to with a single click. So, let's pop the hotspot here. Let's pop it right there. Tonk. And this will be... And now we can properly use the names. So, this one is going to be... Matten Fields. And we shall make it green. Yeah. Let's make it less blue, a little bit more red in it. Go. Perfect. So we can now name them all. Oh, hey, Brithnoth has now joined the 20 stream streak gang. My lord. Hey, Demi, how you doing, mate? Right. But I'm pretty happy with where our food is at right now. If we look at our consumption, we are greatly outproducing what I need. So that puts us in a really, really nice position to start working on other things. Now, one of the other things that I've wanted to work on is setting up an area for my forestry. And you know what? We are going to need a couple of names. There are at least 4 districts. You could think of them as 4 quarters. It'll be like Neverwinter Nights, only instead of having the poor quarter or the prison quarter, we will have the fields quarter and then the forestry quarter. However, we're going to need at least 3 place names. One will be the sort of central district, the administrative district. One will be the production district, so we will have most of our production buildings like the carpentry and smithy and stuff like that. Another one which will be our forestry district, where we're going to largely have the woodcutters, maybe the carpenters, but probably just the woodcutters and other things that do well in that kind of area. And then finally, we might have a 5th district, which would just be the general citizens' quarters. Naming game is so expensive. Indeed. You're going to have a whole district named after you. Or a noble. That's why it's so expensive. This is going to last the whole game. Well, I mean, the noble might get thrown into lava, but, you know, that's the thought. Now, should I just run a single canal just down the middle just to top up the quality here, or be a little bit more giving with the canals? I would have to use culverts to make that work if I did that. I would definitely need culverts in order to allow canals to run through this area. But the first thing I want to do, the very, very first thing, I want to try and fix this up properly. So let's go into water and hit canal, and I just want to run the canal across here. I want to remove this culvert. So remove this one and this one. Oh, wow, we just removed them straight away. Fair enough. And I just want to grab the canal and just run the canal straight across. There we go. And let's see that go. I love the way that pollen drifts as well. That's so cool. I love it. Hey, Rizel, thank you so much for the 41 months. Diolch yn fawr. Oh, yeah. They just put down stone slabs across the... Oh, that's fantastic. Now this has now gone all the way through because of the extra water pressure. All right. I very much appreciate this. We're going to take this up a little ways. And by a little ways, I mean a lot of ways. But each one of these should be able to push water a fair way, actually. Oh, I need 20 metal to upgrade this. And does that just reduce the amount of workers, or... Well, let's find out. Yeah, it pulls it down to 2, and I'd need even more to take it further. Okay, that was a large use of metal, but I'm happy to have forescienced it. It doesn't look like it increased the water pressure, though. This is just me as Aavak a little quiet. I can definitely turn myself up a bit for you. No problem at all. There we go. Is that a little bit better for you? I've had to play around with my volume levels quite a lot recently, so do let me know if things aren't coming through quite as you would like. Okay, so it cuts off about there. It's fine. But if we have a look at the fertility that this is providing, it provides a lot. This fertility reaches out quite far, like 4 tiles in each direction. 2 tiles of maximum fertility, So that means I could have them 4 apart to have maximum fertility between. But realistically, I could have them... Well, they go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there, but... I would say that we could comfortably have them 4 on 4, so 8 tiles between, and still have a lot of fertility being put down there. The water in the canal seems to be flowing against each other. It does a little bit, doesn't it? Yeah. I wonder if that's going to have any... If that's having a negative effect. Oh, also, I need to change this one as well. So, let's go ahead and... Wrong thing. I need remove. Then we want this drawn all the way across. And that will give them a full access there. That may take the water all the way along this path at that point. But yeah, there's basically no fertility. So once we have a look at this tile and see how fertile this is, because that's fertility for 40 base, we can then see how many tiles of extra fertility this gives, and we can plan adding in some pumps over here, because I really would like that, actually. I would like to have some pumps helping out the fields down here. But I'd need to use a culvert somewhere around there to bridge the gap. And I think we can have some really, really nice big farms on this side. That's all gone through. So, let's bring up the fertility meter again. So, if we have a look here, so that's base fertility is 40. Base fertility is 46 down here. Alright, so base fertility 40. We've still got... My god, that's pushing the fertility out, though. Wow. Like, it's still having an effect over here. That's where the effect stops. If we just consider, like, to 70, that's 7 tiles away. My lord. 4 is up to 80. I guess we could... You know what? I think having it 9 across will probably be good enough. We'll see. So I'm going to want to do something like that over here. So let's go ahead and pump down some more water. We're going to need at least two wells, probably more. Let's plan for it crossing the water line. So something like this. One here. One here. I'll have them separated out by a little road here and there. Yep. Okay, yes. Well, it says, meanwhile, in Xenonauts 2, my guy just introduced a civilian to Earth via Beatstick. It worked surprisingly well. I need to check out Xenonauts 2 at some point, but I feel like right now I wouldn't want to, because it would feel a little bit too much like I was cheating on Phoenix Point. Now, how are we going to run this down here? If we plan this out, We've got, let's say we have one canal running this way, so we've got, that's not right. I want 9 down, so we want the other one down there. For the flowers. This is going to be where we run the canal all the way through. We're going to need a lot of pumping power to make this work, I think. We're going to at least need another one as well on this, on the far side. There's no way around it. Bring that down here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3. What I would like to do is, let's delete these 2 jobs. Actually, let's delete those 2. I'm not sure how far the culvert can travel. I also hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. Might not be. But we'll see. Ultimately, my plan is to update the farm to allow this to run all the way through and then jump across on that side. And then we'll build the farm out in here because this is going to be a much more fertile area there. When you place the pumping station, pay attention to the percent it shows you. Just multiply that by 64, and it shows how far each pump can reach. Oh yeah, these ones have got 100%. I've built them on the water's edge for that reason. Or at least I assumed they had... you know what? I say that with such confidence, and I didn't check. But I've been trained with the game to assume that it's 100% until it's not. And it drops off very sharply, and that's very true here. So it goes all the way down 100, 100, 137. So I'm not too concerned about this one. What is our risk of being attacked? It's 13% right now. What is our current army? What are our armies like? We've got some Cretonians, 30 of them being trained. They've got some armor. Well, got some weapons too. And they've got actually a reasonable amount of melee training, to be fair. And then we've also got Talapis, who've got 40 in training, but there's 50 of them. They're much more highly equipped. But ultimately, I want to switch them over to using bows. Have I unlocked bows? I have, actually. Have I? I've also unlocked the bow, yeah. Maybe that's something I should work on rather sharpish. This carpenter is presently making just regular furniture. This carpenter is also making regular furniture. This carpenter is making melee weapons. This tailor is making armor. That's an up. These are upgraded carpenters as well. I think I'm going to actually have to make... I don't think it's a carpenter that makes those. I think it is a straight up a bowyer, yeah. I'm not going to need nearly as many bows. That being said, it's still going to be nice to have them. So... how about... this is for pottery. Yeah, it's for pottery. So I'm going to want a storage for wood. Now, realistically, I could just upgrade my storages. And when I move things around, I will do that. I will upgrade the warehouses to have significantly higher storage options. But for now, we'll just do it this way. Yep. It's just going to be for wood, and then I'm going to want a bowyer on from that. Like this. Down some doors. One there, one here. We will have storage along this wall, then workbenches. I'm not going to make this room too large in regards to the amount of bows being made. Pop a wall there, pop a wall here. It's 50%. How about this? Brings it up to 70, 87, 100. There we go. That's not too bad for a little bowyer. It's going to take 92 metal, though, which is a bit of a pain. But I want it, so make it happen. I'm also building it out of stone, which wasn't actually what I meant to do. Where's the upgrade? Go into structures, go to upgrade. Well, change, rather. Do that. Okay. Is Twitch twitching? Or is it my internet? Asks Demian. And Demian, Twitch is, for once, not twitching for me. I'm very glad to hear that it's not twitching for you, Demi. Very glad. The building in this game is a bit like watching ants swarm to get to the location and get the task done. Yeah, a little bit. Keep getting hiccups and quality drops. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I can confirm that I've got no frames being missed due to rendering lag, no frames being skipped due to encoding lag, and no frames dropped due to network latency. I'm holding at... I stream at 60 FPS, because if you try to stream at anything more than that, at 1080p on Twitch, Twitch does have kittens. Mutant kittens. They're not the cute... Actually, no, they're still cute. But when they meow, it actually kind of opens a rift in reality. It's a very eldritch kind of kitten. Nevertheless, I digress. I stream at flat 60, and it is of this game is a flat 60. Like, there's nothing challenging my computer here, so I think that is probably a problem. Not necessarily with your internet, though. I wouldn't expect you to take the blame. It could quite easily be a problem with Twitch's internet, frankly. Right, so culvert there. I want to pop another culvert down over here. Will it connect? Yes, it will. Perfect. But that's about as far as it goes, sadly. But that is much, much nicer looking. Look at how beautifully fertile this looks now. It used to look like that all the way through here, but now it does not. And when this is built, it's going to look even better. How are we doing over here? We've still got a little bit of progress to be made there. I'm going to stick to the, only the fast speed, which doesn't feel that fast, I know. Just for the first little bit. We will bump this up in a bit, though. Don't worry. I would actually kind of like to upgrade these, though. That is an awful lot of people just to move water. Curious what year you're actually on. Since you speed along from time to time, the years flow by. There is a way for us to find out, isn't there? Factions, no. Goods, trashy tourists, no. Maybe this? No. I'm not sure. Is there a particular way for me to see? Which has flirkin kittens? Yes. Yep. Is it flirkin or flirkin? I was going a little bit more like Lovecraft and less Marvel, but you know we can go with that if you want. probably better. I mean, for you. I mean, everyone wants to be like, oh yeah, the funny cat that eats the bad guys, and occasionally, you know, does other things. But haha, it's still very cute though. And I was thinking more like, it has no face. Why doesn't it have a face? And when it meows, children all across the world start bleeding from their eyes, and other places they shouldn't be bleeding from. Why? We want wood to fetch. Also, let's get all of this wall replaced again. I mean, Nightgawns have no face, and they mostly just tickle folks. H.P. Lovecraft was an odd man. I mean, fair enough. Right, we're gonna let them get that little bit more work done. But we've got a name, Amiga Dracon. You know what, Amiga? Would you like to be forestry or production? Bring in to say hello, good time zone, and farewell. Take care, Nienna Serenity. Nienna Serenity, rather. Almost finished this, though, which is very, very nice to see. Speed things up to maximum speed there. Did you know there's actually a secret hidden maximum speed? You've got normal speed. So that's 1 time speed. You can double press it for 1/4 speed, though. Normal speed. Oh, it doesn't seem to actually be slowing down anymore. Weird. You're meant to be able to. Double press for 1/4 speed. Huh. Okay, it doesn't seem to slow down any further. Maybe it's only on the combat maps. Then you've got fast speed. Then you've got fastest speed. And then you've got ultra fast speed. Which kind of reminds me of that one time travel film where they were pursuing the Fountain of Youth. And when they went into the time-dilated cave, suddenly you noticed like the lights starting to cycle outside, just like strobing. And very quickly you're like, aha, oh, it's the sun. Aha, that's very, very clever. The days and nights are passing really nice and fast. And they keep moving forward. And then it strobes faster. And then it just becomes like a blurry strobe. And you're like, okay, you're kind of beating this effect like a dead horse. And then you realize, oh no, that isn't sunrise and sunset, because it's a blur across the sky. It's seasons. Seasons are passing in seconds. Those are years that are passing outside, not days. Oh my god, this is amazing. I love that detail so much. I mean, some of the film kind of fell over in certain places, but for that detail alone, I'm willing to forgive almost all of the sins. We want this to go down around the outside, like so that people can actually get down there properly. And then aliens, but not aliens, I know, right? Come along now, we need some more metal, please. Mind you, it would probably help if I got the smithy up and running, wouldn't it? Yeah. Am I actually importing metal as is? Just a metal smelter, occasionally making metal ingots that are occasionally being brought up here. There we go, and one more. And one more, there we are, perfect. Oh, slaves. Currently got Well, one Dondoran slave and one Talapis slave. We've also got ex-convicts in the population, which some people aren't happy about. Do we need to keep them? See, some people are really happy with having slaves. See, very few people like their own people being slaves. This, for example, the Talapis don't like slaves. They do, however, like other people as slaves. Other species. The Crotonians, much the same. They would prefer not to have any Crotonian slaves, but they would like other people's slaves. And the Dondorians, no, they don't want to see their own kind of slaves, but other people, yeah, no, that's great. Even the Garthemi, exactly the same. Humans, same. Same down here for the Amevius. The Argonosh. The Argonosh actually don't get as much of a... everyone has different amounts of liking for you know, different tolerances based on how big the bar is. The Garthemi, like, most people really don't... Like, they're okay with seeing other people as slaves, but they don't really want to see it. Like, the Cantors don't want to see any slaves whatsoever. And they really care about their own kind being slaves. But the Argonosh, sort of want slaves more than most of the other races. And then the Talapis are like, yeah, no, we love it when other people are slaves. This is great. More slaves, please. Also more cannibalism. They may be related, but on the surface, not so. However, what I wouldn't give to have a squad of Argonosh or Cantors. Cantors are so hard to please, though. So hard to please. I feel the Argonosh would be easier to please, but they're also so expensive. Because I could take them as slaves and then is the correct term emancipate them? Release them from their servitude into the general population. That's how I would gather a group of Argonosh. Unless I befriended... Oh, actually, whilst we're talking about it. Unless I befriended an Argonosh haven. There are havens in the world. We zoom right out. If you've got them in one of your territories, then you can kind of recruit from them if you're on good terms with them. Are there any Argonosh nearby me? Was there one? Oh yeah, there is. The nest of Von Verswerker. Right there. Oh, and the tunnels of the bay. We've also got a... Yeah, the Crypt of Von Verswerker and the Nest of Von Verswerker. Not too far away. Might be able to befriend some of them. But it would probably be much more likely that we'd get them through slavery. And then releasing them. Take care, Hickson. Emancipate, thank you. Yep. Alright, I'm going to say goodbye to the slaves that we have for now. They'll bring in a bit of cash. To get an Argonosh would cost me 48,000 denarii. My lord. I would like to export some fish. I've got one trading partner. Literally, if I want to sell something, it has to be to them. I will sell a good amount of my furs, sell all of my opiates, some amount of these, some amount of those, some pottery. Probably shouldn't sell these, but I want to get some cash. And I almost certainly shouldn't sell these either, but again, I want some cash. Right. That's going to be 235,000 denaries worth of cash. I will trade for this. Most people like slaves. I often choose one race to have as slaves since none like their own enslaved. Yeah, this is a good tactic, says McRollox, for management purposes. If you're playing good, Galthimi make good slaves since they are so predisposed towards most hard, low-level labour. If you're playing evil, Crotonians are decent slaves as well, for similar reasons, albeit different focuses. But playing evil means that Galthimi are likely to be present in bulk anyways, to fill that void. Natural or inclusive, if you will, is purposely the most complicated one to do though. Yeah, and that's how I'm playing. I've got a very accepting society. We've got a very multicultural. I'm not going monolithic in any particular direction. Pomp. Alright, we just shared a lot of money's worth so that I could purchase and then free some Argonosh. We can get 5 Argonosh. 250,000 trade? What are you going to do? Buy mercs and take them out? No. I'm going to buy Argonosh, free them, and then turn them into perpetual mercs. Otherwise known as a standing army. I feel that having a standing army of spider tanks is a very... I feel it's a bold statement, you know? As far as like, you know, showboating, you know, you could have your Grand Warrior statues at the gate, you could have heads on pikes, you could have people doing a flick and a swish with their rapier, showing off their duelist grace, or you could just have spider tanks in front of your gates. It's kind of brute force, but I think there's a certain charm to it. A certain brutalist simplicity. They've got a lot of spider tanks for sale. I could buy 38 of them. Or 26 Cantors. They've got a lot of slaves for sale. How on earth do you manage to enslave that many Argonosh and Cantors? What? Madness. But alright. Do I want to send? Yeah, I want 5. Chunk. There we go. We have just spent a shocking amount of money on buying a bunch of spider slaves. That I am immediately going to release. I want to see them first, though. Where are my spider slaves? Filter by Argonosh. There we go. Let's have a look at them. Oh, don't they look cute with all of their legs and eyes? Let's have a look at one of them. So, Gulum A. Slithan. Slithan, really? Argononian slave, Gulum E. Slithan, age 26, odd jobber, health excellent, weight 240 kilos, height 11 feet, I'm gonna guess. Religion, Schmalerism, of course, because literally your god is Schmal, like literally. That it's like asking Shelob, who do you worship? Ungoliant. Well, duh. Traits, none. Residence, Longhouse, central part of the city. Sharing house with other Argononian slaves. Is not enlisted in your armed forces. Not employed. Wants better access to shine. Wants more benches. Wants more pillar monuments. Wants more humidifier monuments. You're not going to get humidifier monuments. Everyone hits those except for you. I want to see what their homes are like. Also, have they actually got 6 legs or 8 legs? We need to know. I think they've got 2 arms and 6 legs. From what I can tell. Let's have a look. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't played around with those two special races. They are pretty amazing, actually. Oh, Azure Storm, thank you so much for that 1,000 bits. Thank you, buddy. Diolch yn fawr iawn. Right, we're going to need a Shrine to Schmalerism then. Let's familiarize myself with the Argonosh. So, first and foremost, they really only worship one thing. They don't mind most races, actually. That's quite cool. They like stone buildings over anything else. Oh, also they like to live in mountains. That makes sense. They generally like cut stone and clay, or cut stone and stone. Like drink rations. They like food rations at normal. They like fight pits. They like people being executed. They like dread. They want shrines. They want temples, taverns, Sweetwater, statues. Now here's the physics, like their combat stats are ridiculous. I'll bring up my Cantors as a reference. They're not the best reference, but they're kind of a middle ground. So, oh, sorry, no, not Cantors. I meant Crotonians. My bad. There we are. So Crotonians and Argonoshi. So the Crotonians have 40 hit points. The Dondorians, I think, have a bit more. No, they still have 40 hit points, but they've got more force. They've got 60 force versus the Crotonians, which is like, I'm not sure, is it somewhere around 40? Yeah, so we'll use Dondorians because they're probably the most physically capable of the base races. So the Argonosh and the Dondorians. So, in terms of their physics, speed-wise, the Argonosh are much faster, despite being almost 3 times as heavy. Acceleration is a bit slower, makes sense. Their general health is a lot higher. Their lifespan is over twice as long. In terms of behavior, their sanity is practically unbreakable, which is wonderful. Because you wouldn't really want an insane Argonosh wandering around your settlement. They're quite lawful, actually. The Argonosh, the giant spider tanks, they are adherent to the law. Lawful evil, perhaps, but law is law. They have got wallop loads more force. They've got more force than they are weight. So, like, the force to weight difference between the Argonosh and Dondorians is, like, tending towards infinity for the Argonosh. They have more force than they have weight, whereas most other things have less force than their weight. So, you know, it's an impossible comparison. The efficiency is off the scale. They've got way more hit points, 160 versus 40. They've got crazy high morale. And morale is amazing because really most fights end when morale breaks, not when people are dead. Like, as people die, morale takes a hit, but you got a spider tank that just refuses to give up even as everything around it is dying, and you're going to win. Well, you know, given enough people. They've got natural piercing damage and natural piercing armor as well. So they're quite a capable one. Now, in terms of their employment, they don't like doing any job. Or at the very least, they aren't good at doing many jobs. It kind of makes sense when you think about it. I don't know. Oh, actually, I think the green bar is the fulfillment. And then the up arrows is how good they are at doing the job. Let's have a look at Argonosh over here. Yeah, Argonaut fulfillment is 30% working in a warehouse, and they're just god awful at doing it. There's no thing that an Argonaut is good at doing, but there are things that they would get fulfillment from doing, like working in temples, working as a jailer. Well, actually, no, not as a jailer. They wouldn't. They don't get much fulfillment for working in the dungeon, but they do get fulfillment for being the slaver, the executioner, or the guard. And I can't really think of many better places to put an Argonaut, really. I don't think you're going to have much crime in your city if all of the guards are giant spider tanks. Aavak, if it's anything like the demo, in difference to what the tooltip says, no one explicitly dislikes humidifiers. They just don't like them. I can't say for the dread they emit, though. At the very least, Cretonians dislike dread, historically. Oh, okay. Let's see. Well, I have a few saves where I have 100 mil in the bank, blah, blah, blah. McGrawlix was also saying, I'm also paused, though, so thus far I can only play the demo 2 versions behind, and naturally those 2 updates are notably big and change a lot of stuff, so I could be an entirely different venture to try to get them for each of us. I think getting the Cantor and the Argonaut is still more or less the same in the demo version as it is in this one. All right, but the first thing I want to do is I want to go through all of my Argonaut and I want to release them. So, you are emancipated slaves, are slaves graciously given their freedom by your grace and have become citizens. Note that slaves that live in havens might immediately leave your city if their requirements are not met. All right, well, I'm going to let you go. Hopefully they don't immediately leave, otherwise I've just spent a lot of money just to free them. There we are. And you. Oh, wow. They're changing color. Very interesting. Does that mean they're leaving? No, no. Furious about your rule. Oh, that's unfortunate. Let us hope that they're not about to leave. Let's go ahead and hook them up with a... But maybe I should have made sure that they had access to things first. Food rations. I'll give you double food rations for now. And I will also give you plenty of that. Do I have drinks to give them? I don't. They should top things up. Maybe I should have waited, but we might have wanted to wait. Might have wanted to wait to let them get integrated into the city first. That might have been a bit of a rough one. Allow deny access for species. Yeah, sure, you'd be buried in the graveyard if you want to be. Occupation, government. I could go through the occupation and make sure that they only do jobs that they really want to do. That might be a wise move. Set all priorities based on fulfillment. So realistically, I want you to be guards and slavers and such. Alright, let's see how this goes. Hopefully... Oh, are they leaving? Oh, no. Oh, no, they're all leaving straight away. Oh, that hurts. That really hurts. I probably should have let them wait. Because the loyalty is ridiculously high, but the happiness is really low. The access is going up. Okay, so usually I wouldn't reload something like that, but I'm going to give it down to chat to make the decision on this one. Should we reload? Because that was basically not understanding the mechanics, but I'm fine if people just say, no, just tank the 240 quid you just threw away. Okay, we'll reload on for this one thing. 2 minutes ago, let's see if 2 minutes ago was enough. Have they? Oh no, they've already switched there, so I need to go back to 12 minutes ago, but that's probably still okay. So slaver here. Let's see. Yeah, they've just come in. Okay. So, where do I want them to live? I could give them homes in the mountain. Some cave homes. Sure. Let's go ahead and do that. And for the time being, we'll let them just get situated first. Yep. We'll have them set up somewhere in here. Right, so we're going to want to dig them a nice big house. Five and then 6. That would give them more than enough room. Yeah. I want to see where they've already set up, though, if I can. Need more benches, apparently. And more shrine access. Well, we can definitely put the shrine to Shmallow down here. We're not going to need that many worshippers. 62 would be the largest squad that we're ever really going to see for the Argonosh, so we'll have that shrine just set up here, perhaps. Just right there. And then I'll build up a little bit more of a road leading to it. Can you use slaves as militia? I very much doubt it. Let me slow this down a bit. Edit. Can I use Argonosh in this? I very much doubt I can use slaves. Someone in chat, let me know. Before I set that up, because maybe we can. Still not sure that I would necessarily want Argonosh slaves as my military. I feel that might be a very dumb thing to do. You know, training my slaves to be an elite fighting force seems like maybe not the smartest move. Actually, is this okay? When's... Oh, no, it's in 11 days, so that's fine. Yeah, we definitely want to remove this then. All the way across to here. I'm going to say about there. Same on this one. Expand this out. And I think going to want to draw it back on this side by a decent amount. And the same on this side. Expand this up down the middle here. Go. Yeah. That will be a much, much higher fertility farm. And we'll also then bring the waterways out in that direction too. Oh, they're already working on it. Nice. I will release them into the general population one at a time. Oh, well, do I want to do that, though? That's the question. Pleased with the city. Convert buildings to our preferred material. More pillar monuments, more tree monuments, better access to shrine. Yes, we're working on that part. We will get you better access to shrines. But we can definitely place down more tree decorations, though. Maybe have just a big old tree right in the middle there. And then 2 smaller trees flanking the shrine. Go. Now then, we've got the bowyer's workshop up and running. We're starting to produce bows. Oh, it consumes both leather and wood. Of course it does. Why wouldn't it? There we go. Now we'll bring over both. And now we can finally look to add in... I'll do it. Am I storing all of these things? What am I storing here? Yes, I am. What's the maximum that I can store? Not that many. I'm going to upgrade this. There we go. Now I can store a lot of both. And I think that's going to be perfect for us. And now I need to build an archery area. Got the training grounds there, but the archery range is going to be a bit of a different thing altogether. Just a little bit longer. Or I could do this, actually. Sure. We can have 14 people training at a time. Alright, let's get that going. Now, I'm not too worried about setting all of this area up because I don't really plan on keeping it like this. I've got some big plans on how we're going to move things around. And we will get to those in time. Ah, crap. I didn't disband that one. That was my bad. Well, we've got some extra militia, I suppose. I'm almost tempted to allow the naming of the Argonashi citizens because they're going to be so rare. Like, I would be shocked if we even end up with 50 Argonashi across the entire playthrough. But for 100,000 Dapper Ducats, I think we need something that that won't potentially just die in a fight because it got hit by a stray trebuchet shot.